Hey, so if you're looking for your next side hustle or first side hustle opportunity, I think you should take a look at writing. Now, I started writing just probably a year and a half ago, at least seriously, and it's gotten me a lot of places. So I managed to build up a profile on Medium. I got accepted on a creative platform that's making me a few thousand, at least every month. And I've been making a lot of money just for freelancing, just because I managed to build a profile and just some extra few money things here and there. So I want to walk through why it's important that you should start writing in your first hustle. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so one of the reasons why writing gets a bit of negative connotation with just the fact that you won't get anywhere with writing is because a lot of times if you are writing on your own blog, you're writing to an audience of zero, right? Because if you start a fresh new blog, you're gonna make probably not much money and you're probably not gonna get much views on it because SEO takes a really long time, and the fact is you're probably gonna have to self-promote a lot, and not many people like that, right? If you're self-promoting on Facebook, especially Reddit, like Redditors hated that stuff, right? So you need kind of like a foundation. You need a good foundation. You need a good platform to start you off, which is why I always recommend Medium.com. I personally started on Medium.com. It's produced me, helped me produce a lot of income, or a decent amount of income, at least as a side hustle, and it helped open the door for a lot of other opportunities. So I'm going to show you why. So I get around 20k views every month. It probably nets me around, let me just show you my earnings. So I don't earn that much on Medium anymore these days. I started off late 2019. So if I scroll down here, you can see that my first big one was 1.2, and then 1.2 here, and then 1k here, and then kind of trickled down. But you get the point. It depends on how much effort you want to put into it. So I spent a lot of effort in the first 6 months, and then I kind of just like, I kind of had a bit of a burnout, and then I started doing other stuff, honestly, just being realistic. But once again, as I said, this is a good side hustle. It's not a full-time hustle for me, at least. You can make it a full-time hustle if you want to hustle it, but in my opinion, I just wouldn't be able to do that. Like, I just love doing a lot of other projects. I love having a mix of things to do. But this is just how I am. But going back on point, it helped me build at least a bit of income in the beginning. It helped me reinvest into, my branding. So I managed to create like a bit of brand on Medium.com. I'm not a big time creator on it because there's a lot more bigger creators than me, but it managed to produce a bit of branding for me, which helped me get through the door in a few things. One, it helped me get through the door to Newsbreak. So Newsbreak was releasing their platform recently, which basically they wanted writers on it. They wanted to start producing content, right? They're a news aggregator that wanted more writing on their website, and so they reached out to a lot of bloggers and a lot of writers out there, and especially ones that were writing on Medium, and you had to apply through the process to get through. So I managed to refer 4 people, and none of them went through, but I managed to get through. And one of the reasons why, I simply just linked in my Medium.com profile. They saw I had 100 plus articles. They wanted that. They wanted someone who could produce the amount of articles for them, and so they welcomed me aboard. And you can see here they pay a decent contract rate. Right now I'm still on their contract, so last month I was making 1,000. Month before that, 1.5. And it just somehow froze. Yeah, and then month before that, 1.5 again. So as you can see, it's very lucrative in terms of making money. And this month I'm probably going to be making close to that as well. So yeah, once again, it opens the door for a lot of kind of distribution channels, a lot of channels, and Newsbreak is one. Number 2, it opened me up to freelance work. People started reaching out to me and asking about my rates and all that stuff, and it's important to have an understanding of how much you want to charge. And it also allowed me to go onto platforms like Upwork, freelancer.com, and just started pitching my work on there. And they'll always ask, clients will always ask, what work do you have? Like, do you have any examples? Once again, I just linked into my Medium.com profile and went, here you go. If you want tech stuff, here's some tech articles. So once again, it's pretty important to kind of specialize in a few pieces of or areas of writing, just because that's something you want to do just so you have credibility in that area rather than just being like a generalist, which a lot of people kind of find it's kind of hard to kind of make money from that, just because if you want to freelance, a lot of times it's about specializing in certain things. So for me, it's around tech and startups and stuff. So it's really easy for me just to write about that stuff just because I have a passion in it and I work in it. And then I just pretty much just go, hey, look, I have a lot of tech articles in this area. And then they go, wow, okay, cool. You're hired, right? That's pretty much it. It was really that simple, right? And so I started picking up clients from Upwork, and then one of them I pretty much still do work for, right? And they pretty much give me consistent work, and they pay me close to from certain times, depending on how much work I want to pick up, I can make probably $2,000 every month with them. Just that's how much work they can give me. But I like to kind of reduce that because I like to mix my side hustles around. But yeah, in reality, I could probably make close to $5,000 a month just from writing, from a variety of different platforms. And that's what makes writing so good, because you have so many ways you can make money from it. My second point here, I sold an article which someone wanted for $200. They wanted the SEO on it. I know about that. But the article itself, I just didn't really care about, to be honest. It was just more of a fun piece, and I didn't really generate that many views for me. So if they wanted it for $200, take it. And so I was happy to sell that off. And finally, like email lists. So obviously this doesn't make money per se, unless you build enough of a kind of a big enough email list so you can get sponsored. But right now it's in the early stages. I have around 500 emails already. I started it like probably late last year, so I've already like, you know, maybe in end of this year I have 1,000. And so a lot of the times writing opens that door because it builds that brand, it builds that credibility that you are a content creator and people want to read your content. And they want to sign up to your email list, they want you to write for them, and it offers that door of opportunity that a lot of other side hustles might not do. And in my opinion, writing is the easiest way to kind of kickstart your side hustle kind of career, especially if you're really confused about what to do. Writing is really easy to do. Everyone knows how to write. It's just getting that writing good enough. I use Grammarly to kind of help me with kind of the grammar stuff. Even if you're a pro writer, every pro writer uses some kind of tool. I just use something like Grammarly because it's free, but it's really up to you what you want to use. I just do a Google to just check around what's fair in the market. But yeah, in my opinion, take a look what you can do with writing and start on medium.com. You can start anywhere. If you want, I have a guide which I can, I'm going to link right here, hopefully, that will show you basically how to kickstart medium.com, on medium.com at least. If you want more information on it, just leave a comment and I'll make a video specifically on it. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, so in my opinion, start off on medium.com and start building your base, and then just start spreading your wings essentially and going onto other platforms, and use medium.com as a way to kind of go, here's my resume in writing, come hire me because I produce all this great content here. And in my opinion, that's how you get started, at least with something that's a bit easier. I know, for example, if you wanted to do your marketing, like your own marketing agency, you need to have a bit of a few clients to kind of go, hey, look, this is like, I've done this before. So, which is why I always recommend writing as a first start, because you're pretty much producing writing for yourself. And there are so many platforms out there, like even Vocal Media is out there, and you can write on that if you want. But I've always found medium.com just a bit easier. So it's really up to you. But yeah, hopefully this video makes sense. And if you have any more questions or suggestions, just leave a comment in the below. And don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.